Back into Studio C, the head coach of your BYU Cougar Hoopsters, Kevin Young. All right. Wow. We just got back last night, and the guys needed maybe a day off today just to kind of recalibrate before you get back to business tomorrow. Does that sound right?
Yeah. It was long trip, and yesterday felt pretty long. A lot of New York's not the easiest place to get around, so much earned day off.
But what a fun few days for the Cougar basketball program back east.
Yeah, it was great. It was. Those trips are good just in terms of getting out on the road with your teammates and even staff. And, we had a couple nice dinners and different outings and things. But, you remind the guys it's a business trip. You're going out there for one thing, and that's to get a win. And so, that game, the way it kind of played out, to have some big moments, obviously, on that stage, I think will be some lifelong memories for a lot of people.
We'll get to that game, of course, throughout the show tonight. But one of your dinners included former Cougar and the current New York area resident, Egor Demin. Gentleman, we should say. Yeah.
I'm still mad at him for leading us, especially you, I'm sure. Yeah. But, it was great to see Egor. He came over to practice as well. And then after the game, he took several of the staff members out to dinner. So it was great catching up, man. It was, you felt like it was one of your kids coming home type thing, to be able to spend time with them. And he's such a great guy and obviously cares a lot about, BYU. And it was awesome having him courtside there for that game too. But it was cool. Yeah,
he was around for the whole night too. He was in the post-game locker room celebrating with you guys too.
Yeah, he just, he's eating it up. I know he misses Provo, man. I think, obviously he's in a great situation, but I think he really enjoyed his time here. We had a special year last year, and it's hard to replicate that.
Yeah, we left town for New York on Sunday morning. I just got back from Dallas in the football game on Saturday night. And after the CFP snub came out on Sunday morning, I think Cougar Nation was kind of looking for a pick-me-up, and you guys gave it to them.
Yeah, hated that as well. Was hoping we were all hoping to see a different outcome there for the football team. But, we didn't make it easy. Everyone was probably extra depressed in the first half. But this is a true story. I hope my mom's actually watching this. I called my mom today to catch up, and she was literally in tears. Like, I was so sad for you in the first half. I'm like, Mom, I'm a big boy. It's okay. But I'm sure she wasn't the only Cougar fan upset. But, what we were able to get done in the second half was pretty cool.
It's pretty cool to do it, too, on that stage. I mean, it's bright lights, big city. It's the world's most famous arena for a lot of reasons. And by the end of that night, with the game coming after, the place was filled with fans of 4 different programs, all there to see a moment. And only one of those fan bases was bummed out. Everyone else was celebrating what they saw.
Yeah, no, it was, again, it's like movie type stuff. In that arena, game comes down, obviously the comeback and so forth, but just the shot, to win it like that, the way we did with Rob making that shot, given everything you just said, it was cool. Plus, New York brings out all kinds of celebrity types for the games, and just a great energy in that building, and it was really just a cool moment for our players.
So what goes into you guys being the comeback Cougs already through 9 games? You've had 4 wins where you trail at halftime.
I mean, I wish that there was some secret sauce to it where we could, reverse engineer it somewhat in the first half, but I don't have a great answer for it. I mean, we're obviously studying it quite a bit in terms of, different things we can do. I won't bore everyone with all my conspiracy theories on some of it, but I think more than anything though, just the responses out of the timeouts, out of the locker room, when people ask me, man, what'd you say to him? There's not a whole lot of, like, winning and losing, there's no secret. You have to play harder than the other team. You have to execute, and you hope you make shots. It's really that simple, right? They played a lot harder than we did. And I just told our guys straight up, man, like, I didn't see it in their face. I didn't see it in their eyes. I didn't see it in their look. I just thought we were kind of glossed over. So I just challenged the guys, to play harder, to play more physical. We did do a couple things differently schematically, offensively, defensively. We really didn't change anything, and that's where the game shifted because our defense was so good. But the guys responded, and One I think consistent thing with AJ has been his ability to process how the game's going in the first half, make the needed adjustments in the second half, just in his own individual play. And that's been a constant thing, and I thought he was remarkable, as we all did in the second half.
Outstanding. That game wrapped up a 6 consecutive game away from home stretch. They were all neutral floors, as we'll talk about in a bit. It's been a while since you've been home. But in constructing this year's schedule, 7 of your first 9 on floors other than the Marriott Center. Why is that, and was it a good thing for your program?
Yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, I was more focused on just beefing up the competition level.
The opponents.
Yeah, I didn't even factor in what you just said, the fact that we'd be gone and so forth. Probably should have looked into that a little bit better, but I was really just focused on the opponents, and when you're playing at neutral sites and things like that, I mean, shoot, we've gone on 3 East Coast trips. Yeah. Even when I was in the NBA, you rarely went 3 East Coast trips, and so some of that was we want to get back to Boston, for AJ. We thought that would be something that was really special for his family. And, you never say no to the Garden and then the ESPN event down in Orlando. So they were marquee events that we felt great about. But it put us in situations where we had to learn a lot about our team. It's hard to do that unless you go through those types of situations. So I do think it was, very, very impactful, hopefully, as we, progress into the rest of the season.
And what the schedule did with the modern vernacular was give you a lot of quad 1 and quad 2 opportunities as well. You've been building a good resume with those kinds of games. Yeah,
and honestly, that component, which to be honest with you, even though I kind of knew what it meant, I didn't know what it meant last year. I didn't. And so I had a much better understanding of it this year. We looked at other teams specifically in our league that had more quad 1 and 2 opportunities in the preseason, and a lot of the times they didn't even win the games. I mean, you look at what Arizona did last year.
But it helped to play them.
We had the same record as Arizona in conference play. They had a better non-conference schedule, and they didn't even win a lot of those quad 1 opportunities. And they were, I think, a 4 seed. We were a 6, right? And so, there's not an exact science to it. It's obviously, a little bit more exact than what the football team just went through, just because there's more metrics involved. So you try to learn about it the best you could, and hopefully when it comes time, to get to Selection Sunday and all that kind of good stuff, we're in a good position because of what the non-conference schedule was.
Before we bring in Jimmer in a second, just a quick thought on us being able to start here, a 4-game Marriott Center homestand coming up.
Yeah, no, super excited about it, especially given the time of year to be home, to give the fans, and this is a place where I think a lot of people have family coming to visit for the holidays, so. I think there'll be some good family moments in the Marriott Center. I know I have a ton of family coming in town. Great for our guys, too, with finals and so forth, getting wrapped up to be home and to be able to focus on that, too. And then, like you said, man, to give the home fans something to come see. We haven't been here in a while. It feels like it's been forever since we've had a game in the Marriott Center.
Phil and Jody coming in? Folks coming in?
They'll be here for sure.
And speaking of Phil, we got to figure out a date where he's going to be on the show again this year.
Yeah, that was a super fun one last year, so that'll be great.
We'll try and do it annually.